Two races this weekend, just two. The Xfinity and Cup Series, racing in Talladega. Hercus Series is racing there as well. Not as hyped up as the Cup and Xfinity. What do you expect from this weekend?
I don't expect a lot. I think it's going to be the usual tame super speedway racing. I won't say restricted play because we're not in those times anymore.
Correct.
I think it's going to be a little. It may not be as. It may not seem as tamed as like a Daytona would because with Talladega you have more. It's a wider groove, so we will see like a lot of three wide racing as opposed to like a Daytona. I don't. I want to say we'll probably see a point where there's single file, but I don't think we will.
I know we will. I
think we
can
will?
guarantee you. It's more so in the Xfinity Series. They're going to find their way up to the top, and they're just going to rim ride the
I
whole
think
time
it's going to be a lot of riding around
until
probably.
5 laps to go into the stage.
And then we're going to have about 3,000 overtimes.
And then we're going to have the cars breaking down, and it's going to be a crazy finish for the stage. And then when the green flags drops for stage 2, and I could see this for the Cup race as well.
I don't think it'd be crazy finishes for the stages at all.
No, I do. 100% I do. Then for stage 2, they're going to restart, try to get the positions they can, get in line, go to the top, and ride there the whole time. And it's going to be boring because it isn't like the way it was back in the early 2000s. And I feel like kind of a hypocrite here because it's like, oh, it's not every race is beating and banging, but restrict your play tracks, but not even that. Super speedway racing comes with an expectation of pack racing, door to door, 200 miles an hour, 3 wide, or at least 2x2 for 500 miles. Not anymore. Save your equipment, go up to the track, count the laps. Let the laps count down. Stage is coming up, expect a race. Restarting of the race after the stage, find the groove, get up to the top, ride. Come to the stage, race it, game on. Third stage, go up to the top, run. Maybe a pit stop or two to break up the field, bring it back, go up to the top, race. 10 laps to go, 7 laps to go, then you can start racing. All bets are off.
I have a question.
There's no drama. I mean, I was there at Talladega for the fall race, and let me tell you what, it was the same thing as Daytona. I was expecting awesomeness there at Talladega, but when I was actually there, it was just like Daytona, only instead of Florida, it's in Alabama. There was nothing different to Talladega to me that made me go, wow, I want to go back to Talladega. Because the package they bring is horrible restrictor plate for it. It's horrible super speedway racing. It wasn't anything besides Daytona with 0.16 miles more. 0.016 miles more.
Okay.
Or 2.66, so 1.116 miles longer. And the start finish line is off of in the pit road.
Yeah.
Talladega is nothing special.
Let me ask you this.
Let's ask it.
So, what years ago, remember back in 2010, 11, maybe 12, I can't remember how long of a period. Remember when at the super speedway tracks it was just like tandem racing?
Most horrible racing I have ever seen.
You didn't like that?
I hated tandem.
I love it.
Hated.
That's what throws the strategy into it. That's what makes it more exciting. No. I think that makes it more exciting than what it is now.
No, well, here and now, I mean, tandem racing.
Let's be real. It wasn't like that when NASCAR was around for the first few decades. There was no pack racing. It was almost kind of like that.
Okay, fair enough. But at the same time, I hated tandem racing.
I thought tandem racing was great. You had to switch every few laps. Make sure you didn't overheat.
Right.
Sometimes guys would get unhooked and everything, and you'd be falling back. I thought it threw great strategy into the whole deal. You never know if your driver was going to be up there or not. It's not like a pack. I mean, you have guys that were just 2x2 hooking up with each other, and they were there, and then they weren't there, and then somebody else would show up. I thought that was a little bit better than what we have now, honestly.
Right. The best super speedway racing I've ever seen was 2001, 2002, 2x2, lap after lap. You could form a line and go and get up to the front. There was no... It was fun racing. It was edge of your seat racing. The best Talladega race I ever saw, 2001, EA Sports 500, Final lap, Bobby Labonte went on his roof, caused a big one. Dale Jr., Tony Stewart, Jeff Burton racing for the win. Dale Jr. ends up winning. The best race at Talladega I've ever seen. I went to Talladega expecting that. I was gravely disappointed, not only because there was a green-white checkered, but because Chase Elliott won. So I don't expect anything. I don't expect anything crazy from this weekend. Am I still excited about Talladega coming up on the schedule? Yes and no. I like the super speedway racing. It's fun racing, but it doesn't bring that what could happen.
It's not, yeah.
Because everybody does wall ride. And with the stages, you know there's going to be a break. 2 breaks at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not fun for me anymore.
Yeah.
To me, it isn't, okay, they made it this lap. Can they make it the next lap?
Oh, right, I remember those kind of days. They right on the edge of your seat.
Those days are long gone in the world of NASCAR super speedway racing.
Yeah, are they going to make it back around? Oh my God.
You know they're going to make it. You know they're going to make it back around when they were up there wall riding. It's like,
because nobody's going to start making moves until
nobody's
15 and 10 to go, maybe 20,
maybe 5 to go. Somebody and it, Clint Boy or Mike Joy. Who's going to be the first to jump out? Who's going to be the first? Oh, AJ Allmendinger, first to jump out. Oh, nobody went with him. It's not fun anymore. Talladega and Daytona have lost their luster because of that. And it started with tandem racing.
Hey, Rambling About Racing Nation. You've made it this far. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And while you're at it, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get up-to-date notifications when we drop our latest videos here at Rambling About Racing.